The world needs B2K.
B2K's breakup was a huge shock to their fans.
Boys for Life Tour.
Are you ready to transform your pool into a stunning oasis? At Mainland Pool Service, they're a family-owned business committed to keeping your pool looking pristine all year round. They believe that pool care should be proactive, not reactive, which is why their skilled team handles everything from routine cleaning to complex issues with precision. They prioritize clear communication and personalized solutions to exceed your expectations. Join the Mainland Pool Service family today and experience the difference their expertise and dedication can bring to your relaxation retreat. Contact them now at mainlandpoolservice.com.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing compares to catching your Grizzlies IRL. And that all starts with buying tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Ticketmaster gets you to the game so you can catch every highlight. Put that jersey collection to use for the next game and get Grizzlies tickets at Ticketmaster. Whether they're here at FedEx Forum or on the road, Ticketmaster's got your back when it comes to scoring tickets. And there's no better brag than saying you saw it live.
Live from the Built Ford Tough studio at FedEx Forum, it's the Gary Parrish Show, presented by Ortho South, on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Now, here's your host, Gary Parrish.
All right, I'm here. My name is Gary Parrish, speaking to you from the Built Ford Tough studio. We're in FedEx Forum. This is downtown Memphis. Bennett Doyle right there producing the program. Glad he's with me. Glad you're with me. Hope you're getting through the day best you can. And I hope you're not the type who gets bothered when you see people flourish after they leave your life. Because if so, the NBA Cup is not for you. Because last night, Desmond Bane, less than 6 months after being removed from this franchise, scored 37 to lift the Magic to the NBA Cup semifinals. I'm going to get Bennett's thoughts on that momentarily. First, though, quickly, let me set today's schedule for you in the next segment. In about 20 minutes, Chris Vernon is going to join me. He's the host of the Chris Vernon Show. Weekdays, noon, Grind City Media. He'll pop in studio. I'll talk Grizzlies NBA with him. Finish talking to Vernon, take a break, come back, do 5 more things you need to know, at which one we're going to discuss 5 previously undiscussed stories. Among them, UCONN knocked out Florida in a matchup between the 2 schools that won the past 3 national championships. That happened last night at Madison Square Garden. We'll spend some time on it in about 40 minutes. Also with the Jimmy V, AJ Dybansta had his breakout game. Awesome last night for the Cougars. Got 28 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists in BYU's win over Clemson. They came from 22 down. Big performance at the Garden. Tell you more about that in just a bit. Troy Aikman said he has donated to UCLA's NIL fund before, but never again. Interesting quotes from the football legend. I'll share them with you a little later on the show. It is official. Phillip Rivers is coming out of retirement. He has signed a contract with the Colts practice squad. We'll wish him luck. We'll do that in the 3rd segment. And the 26th head coach, Memphis football history, will be introduced later on this afternoon. The Charles Huff press conference scheduled for 2:30 today at the Billy J. Murphy Athletic Complex. We'll spend a few minutes on that during a segment we call 5 More Things You Need to Know. Then we'll eventually do GP's carryout and we'll call it a day. So that's the rundown. We got a lot to get to, but I did want to start in the NBA because we are smack dab in the middle of NBA Cup games. 2 quarterfinals last night. We got 2 more tonight. Last night, the Magic and the Knicks advanced to Las Vegas. They'll be in the semifinals there this weekend. And Orlando did it thanks in part to a 37-point effort from our old pal Desmond Bane. He took 24 shots. He made 14 of them. Second time this season, he scored 37 in a game. Big Bet Bennett, it's good to see you on a Wednesday morning.
Hey, man.
You look nice. Beard looks good. We always wanted to go to the NBA Cup semifinals. That's been a dream of ours. We never do it. We don't even get we don't get to the quarterfinals. We don't get to the semifinals. Hell, we barely even win the games. All right? That was our goal.
We won them this year. This is just point differential.
Now we have to watch Desmond Bane not only get to the NBA Cup quarterfinals, but flourish in the NBA Cup quarterfinals. 37 points last night. He's going to Las Vegas. How do we feel about this? Are we happy for Desmond Bane?
Oh, of course we're happy.
Are
of
we?
course we're happy for him. Yes.
Because
Why
sometimes,
wouldn't we be?
well, first off, he won't stop throwing basketballs at people.
Did you see him last night? His coach was yelling. They were about to win the game, and he starts like clapping in everyone's face. And his coach is like, "Desmond, stop!"
They're just tired of it. They're already, he's like become their Dylan Brooks. He's like their
so
little.
good.
He's
I
like
love
their,
it.
He's like their Dylan Brooks. He's just aggravating everybody all the time.
I was watching last night hoping he would spike a basketball off someone out of bounds. Like, I was really wanting that bad yesterday. But we did get the hand clap, which was great, too.
And then you got the post-game press conference. He was hilarious.
Yeah.
He, after the game, was asked about, now you go to Las Vegas and, you're playing for money. They are playing for money. Like, it's not the type of check that's going to change Desmond Bane's life. But that money does mean something to, like,
his teammates,
the guys at the bottom of the roster. But anyway, He was asked about it, and he said, "Well, I just lost $35,000, so I got to make it up somehow." Because he did. That was the other news from yesterday. Get fined $35,000 for just throwing a basketball off of another human for no reason whatsoever.
That seems extreme, but I understand the money. Like, it's
well, like at some point. You got to stop doing this. Like, he's done it twice this season, and the first one, I'm enjoying it.
I do.
As long as it's not me getting hit with a basketball, I'm kind of enjoying watching it and the reaction to it. But the first time was like you could almost sort of. It's a basketball play. This was just silly.
Yeah.
I mean, this was just. There's no reason to even throw. It was like he just lost his mind for a split second. It was like, I'm just going to throw this ball at OG Anunoby.
He's got that dog in him.
He's got dog in him.
Yep.
Are we happy for Desmond Bane?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. We've talked a lot about it, right, over the past, however many months. I think that you knew that when they started off struggling a little bit, the Magic, I was like, they're going to be fine. He's going to be fine. They're going to be fine. He's a new teammate on this team that's been together. Like, they're going to figure it out. They have figured it out.
Yeah.
I just think that this team, without him, obviously you would rather have him than not. We talked about that a ton in the offseason. Obviously, you would want him to be a part of this team if he could. It's just the way that this team's structured, the salaries that they have. Unless you thought you were going to win a championship, it wasn't going to work long term. Right? Like, unless you knew you were going to win a championship with him, Ja, and Jaren, like, and go toe-to-toe with the whoever, the Thunder, right?
Or win more than one playoff series.
Right.
Yeah.
Unless you thought you were going to win a championship with those guys, it's the move they had to make.
This is why I think it's actually easy to not be bothered by Desmond Bane getting 37.
Right.
Or even like...
He's also in the East.
There's some of that. He's in the East, so he's like, out of sight, out of mind.
Yep.
He's never going to be in our way for anything unless we see him in the NBA Finals, and, that'd be something. But also, like, here's the thing. Desmond Bane got 37 last night in an NBA Cup quarterfinal game. He's got 37 twice this season. I would still do the trade. For the exact same reasons it was explained in real time.
Yes.
There's nothing that happened last night, or I believe that will happen, that will make me say, yeah, you made a mistake moving him. Like, he might be terrific for Orlando moving forward, and he was obviously terrific last night, but that's still a deal you probably need to make. Now, we could get to a point where he's taken off and
one of the best players in the league, multi-time All-Star, and you have regrets.
And then, but the regret would then be, did you trade the right person?
Sure.
Right. Like that conversation will happen. Like, okay. You had the three. You had to move one of them. Did you move the right one? That might be a conversation we have to have someday. But in real time, and I always try to look at this stuff in real time because I don't know that it's not fair to use revisionist history, because ultimately the job of any decision maker in sports is to get the deals right. But in real time, that was the move to make. And almost everybody said it's a move you needed to make.
You got a nice haul, too.
You got a nice haul. It played a role in you moving up in the draft and drafting the guy, Cedric Howard, who's everybody is now in love with. So I do think I don't get the sense that Grizzlies fans are sitting around last night watching an NBA Cup game and going, I can't believe we let that guy go. It's like we had to do something. That was the most sensible thing to do. And wherever his career goes from here, that will always still be the most sensible thing to do, to break up that core this past off season. The only conversation we might have going forward, if things unfold in certain ways, is people might be able to look back and go, okay, sure, June 2025, you needed to make a move. You needed to break up that core. You needed to move one of those guys. But did you move the right one? That might be a fair question to ask someday, but right now I'm just happy for Desmond Bane. He performed last night and has been creating headlines for different reasons lately, but last night it was for basketball reasons, and that was fun to watch. Tonight we get 2 more NBA Cup games, and just on a surface level, these are more interesting. The Suns are a real story. The Thunder are historically amazing. And then Spurs, Lakers, those are 2 big brands. And so I don't know that I'm caught up in the NBA Cup the way the NBA would like for me to be, but it's a pretty good doubleheader on Prime Video tonight.
It's pretty good, yeah. I mean, obviously you still don't have Wemby for the Spurs, right. But it's pretty good. I do wonder if the Thunder, dude, if they win this cup and then win the NBA championship and lose, what was that Warriors record?
73, I think. I mean, they're on pace to not only break it, but smash it. Now, you can get off pace just by losing 2 of 3, and suddenly you're not on pace anymore.
That's right.
But right now...
You'd see them losing 2 of 3, unless somebody's out for them.
Dude, even when somebody's out for them, it doesn't seem to matter. They're on pace, I believe, when I looked it up yesterday, maybe. It's like 78-4. That's what they're on pace to do. Something like 78-4.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to be 78-4. But
they've lost 1 game.
Bro,
they've only lost 1.
It's outrageous. And this is where I do think the cup is helpful, and perhaps this is the main motivating factor behind it. On a normal Wednesday night, you're going to have 7-8 different NBA games, and most of them are going to be league pass situations. There's a lot of things to watch, and most Americans don't have access to them anyway. Tonight, you're on Prime Video. Most, millions and millions and millions of people are subscribed to Prime Video because of Amazon.
Yep.
And when the Thunder are on TV, there's no football. There's no other NBA. College basketball schedule's light. If you want to watch American sports tonight, it kind of is the NBA. And when you go to watch the NBA tonight, there's only 1 game on at a time. So if you're watching basketball tonight at 6:30, you're watching the Oklahoma City Thunder.
That's right.
And it puts them on a stage where everybody's going to be, oh, wow, they're 20. Hold up, they're 23-1? There's somebody tonight's going to turn on that and go, what, 20? They're 23-1?
Yes.
I didn't even realize that. How are they they're the ones that won it last year with the MVP, right? Yeah. Scoring champ, too. Yeah. And now they're 23-1? Right. But I thought, their other really good player, what's his name? Jalen Williams. Yeah. I thought he was going to be out. He was out. He's only played 5 games. And they're still 23-1. Yeah. What? There's going to be somebody who has that experience tonight. So I guess that's among the benefits of the NBA Cup. It's going to, in a time where we're still arguing about college football playoffs and whether Jalen Hurts is a good quarterback, tonight, Oklahoma City specifically will be on a big stage where if you're watching American sports, you're going to be watching them. So that's good stuff.
Versus Dylan Brooks. Let's go, DB.
Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun. It's fun.
Yep.
So fun doubleheader on tap tonight. Here locally, we're off. This is the byproduct of not being involved in the NBA Cup quarterfinals or semifinals or anything. Is you get a little bit of a gap here. So Grizzlies don't play again till Friday. That's 12-12 day, and we got a nice headline yesterday. Ja Morant, you know Ja Morant.
I know him well.
He's number 12.
Yes,
and we're in the 12th month of the year. Like it's December technically, but we call it 12.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're going to sign a check, you could put 12 on it, and that'd be fine.
Yeah,
and And then Friday is the 12th day of the 12th month of the year.
it's one of my favorite numbers.
12.
My second favorite number.
You know what I noticed last night? My little guy had a basketball game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is really like I noticed two things in youth sports. You can never find a baseball team. There is no 8-year-old baseball team in America that doesn't have a number 99 on it because of Aaron Judge.
Oh, and everybody wants it.
Every little baseball team has a number 99. Go back 10 years ago, you probably don't see a 99 on a little 8-year-old baseball team. Every baseball team now has a number 99 on it because of Aaron Judge.
What was your number?
14.
Is that your favorite number?
Oh no, my number growing up was 10.
Yeah.
I want to say because of Diego Maradona maybe. And so I wore 10 when I was young. And then I think when I got to high school baseball, it was like freshman year, you make the varsity team and they have, and I'm like 5'6", 102 pounds.
Yeah.
Like what uniform fits you? It looks like 14 might fit you.
Okay.
And now I'm 14. So here's my point.
22.
Okay.
It's my favorite number.
Why?
It's my birthday. 12/22.
12/22.
Mm-hmm. So 12 is my second favorite number.
Do you struggle? Now we're getting off topic.
Sorry,
It's fine. No. But now I'm interested. 12/22.
Mm-hmm.
I should probably put that in my calendar.
Mm-hmm, thank you.
All right. Because if I happen to pop on Facebook, unless I happen to pop on Facebook and it tells me it's somebody's birthday, I have no idea. I know my wife's birthday and my mom's birthday, and that's about.
I don't know when your birthday is.
January.
January the
24.
Okay.
Okay. Do you struggle with your birthday getting mixed up in Christmas and you get short?
Nah, it just makes me love this time of year even more.
Our middle guy's birthday is the 27th of December.
Yeah.
And I feel like he gets
the short end of the stick?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I feel like we're celebrating Christmas and we don't properly account for his birthday. And I feel like he's starting to notice.
I think it just makes this time of year more magical.
You think it's a magical time of the year?
Yeah, I do. It makes me feel good. Not because of my birthday, just the holiday season in general.
I feel good right now.
Yeah.
Here's what I think happens to him sometimes. It might be like, hey, and here's your present. Was this my Christmas present or my birthday present? Mm-hmm. Oh, it's your both. It's both. This is your Christmas and your birthday present.
It's a big ass present, dude.
But as opposed to if your birthday's in July, nobody's trying to double up your Christmas present with your birthday present if your birthday's in July. They give you a birthday present in July, then they give you a Christmas present in December. But when your birthday is this close to Christmas, I think sometimes people are like, oh yeah, this is your present. Well, is this my birthday present or my Christmas present? Well, yeah, I hope you like it.
On the flip side, whatever you want, you can usually get, because if it's too expensive, you just say, well, can it be my birthday and my Christmas present? That's what I did as a kid.
I think we run into that a little bit.
Yeah. Can this just, I want this. Can it just be my birthday and my Christmas? That's how you do it.
I think that's how you do it.
Yeah, you whatever you want, you can typically get by combining.
I just I have empathy for children who have birthdays so close to Christmas. I feel like they get the short end of the stick sometime. I was just curious if you've ever felt that way.
Nah, I feel great.
You feel great?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So Ja Morant, he's number 12. This is what I was trying to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Every baseball team has a 99 because of Aaron Judge. And every little basketball team has a 12.
Yeah, of course.
Last night.
Locally?
Last night, it's, little kids from our neighborhood playing little kids from another neighborhood, I guess. I don't know. I didn't ask.
Someone's in number 12 with Jaws on.
Both point guards were wearing 12.
Yeah.
Right? That's not a coincidence.
Right.
That's a real thing. They're both wearing 12. All right? So, Ja wears 12. Now every kid in America is wearing 12. And on 12-12 day, he went out of his way. And he purchased 250 tickets that are going to be given away today at 2 o'clock here in the FedEx Forum lobby. Limit of 2 tickets per person. But there's no catch here. Ja Morant has bought you tickets. If you want to come to Friday night's game, Ja Morant has bought you tickets. And they will be given out today. The first 250 fans to enter FedEx Forum will be able to get tickets to Friday night's game against the Jazz. And I guess we just live in a time where everybody's got to be cynical about something or discount something. And it's like, because I saw a little bit of this. Well, it's 200 tickets when you make this amount of money.
Oh, stop.
Stop.
What are we supposed to do? Give away tickets to the entire arena?
I'm just saying, like,
No, I got it.
I know that whatever the total was, once Ja Morant's credit card is swiped, he won't notice it. It won't matter to him. I got it. But I just never understand that when you'll see some billionaire donate $200,000 to something. It's like, well, he's a billionaire. What does that matter? Well, it matters to the people who are on the receiving end of the $200,000.
No doubt.
And I think sometimes it's easy for you and I, perhaps even children like my children, to sort of just think that their life is normal. I worry about that sometimes, that my children think their life is normal when it's not. They are, because they live a life that most kids don't live. I hope they appreciate it and don't take it for granted. But if I told my kids, hey, we're going to a Grizzlies game Friday night, they'd be excited, but they wouldn't even blink. It wouldn't be like the biggest deal in the world to them, because they go to Grizzlies games and they go to football games and they go to stuff, you know? Yep. Whereas I was thinking of this last night. I didn't really go to stuff when I was their age. Every once in a while, like, you know, your dad might take you to Monday Night Wrestling at the Coliseum, go see a Chicks game. But like when I was 8, 9, 10, 11, you know, my little guys are 11 and 9 now. Mm-hmm. When I was their age, we didn't really go to things. Like, I know this is probably crazy for people to understand, but when the Tigers played at the Mid-South Coliseum, which is where they played when I was around, you know, the age of my youngest sons now, you couldn't go. You had to have season tickets. I mean, you couldn't just go to the Coliseum to see the Tigers. I actually have a memory of my parents skipping like a indoor soccer game or something, because they were always present. Like, you know, when I was 6, 7, 8 playing sports, my parents were like coaching and they were always around. And I just have a memory of them not going to a game. And it was because somebody gave them 2 tickets to go see the Tigers at the Coliseum. And it was like, you can't pass on this. Right. Because like these things, now you can go to any game you want to. But like at a time, you couldn't, it was hard to get in that building. So I didn't really go. I think once I got to high school and like Penny was at the Pyramid, I started going to games a little bit. But growing up, I didn't really go to stuff. And even though there's an NBA franchise that's been here for a long time now, there are kids in this city who care about Ja Morant, Jaren Jackson Jr., Zach Edey, Cedric Coward, Jalen Wells, you got it. But they've never seen him in person. They've never been in that building. Because perhaps for the same reasons I was never in buildings when I was younger. Like, it's just not something we did. We didn't have the money to do it. I don't know. It's just not something we did too much. And so I think this is neat. In theory, there's going to be somebody who comes downtown today at 2 o'clock, and they're going to pick up tickets, and they're going to be able to take a child to FedEx Forum on Friday night to see an NBA game, and it'll be the first time they've ever done that. And it'll be made possible because of what Ja Morant has done here. And that's not nothing. That's cool.
Agreed.
I don't think I went to an NBA game until I was in high school. I was in Dallas visiting somebody, and the Mavericks were playing. And I was like, man, let's go to an NBA game. But I remember it's like Michael Finley and all that. And I know there's plenty of kids that are in this building all the time seeing this stuff up close, but there's some who aren't because they can't. And I don't think it's a stretch to suggest that somebody's going to check that box for the first time on Friday night. Somebody's going to be at an NBA game for the first time on Friday night to see their favorite player play for the first time in person, and it'll be made possible because
hopefully
of I think it's happening. But
I feel pretty good.
You never know. That goes without saying.
We're
But
still waiting on the injury report, but that's okay.
barring
we got time. Yeah.
barring a surprise, you're going to be able to see, if you're a young kid, perhaps your favorite player play on Friday night. And that's a cool thing.
Yes.
So shouts to Ja for making that happen. And if you need 2 tickets, get down here at 2 o'clock today, FedEx Forum Lobby. They'll be available to you. Chris Vernon in studio next.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item. Whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
Own the 2025-26 Grizzlies season with the 10-game Flex Pack, the ultimate way to catch all the action on your terms. Choose your favorite matchups from intense rivalries to weekend thrillers and customize your pack to fit your schedule. With 10 games to pick, you'll never miss the moments that matter most. Visit Grizzlies.com/packs today to build your perfect ticket pack and cheer on the Grizzlies your way. It's your team, your season, and your schedule. So don't miss out.
Grizz Nation, Friday nights just got a whole lot better. Introducing Buckets and Brews, the ultimate way to tip off your weekend. Every Friday this season, grab a terrace-level ticket to the Grizz game and 2 12-ounce Miller Lights for just $55. Get great seats, cold brews, and Grizzlies basketball. It's everything you need to start your weekend off right. So get the deal that's too cold to hold. Go to Grizzlies.com/Friday to lock in your tickets today.
We are doing fantastic.
Oh, hi, I'm the Grinch for those who live under rocks.
We welcome you to Memphis.
Well, thank you for having me.
When did you get to Memphis?
Just the other day. I was
do you
here,
travel?
I felt, my sleigh, obviously, take it all the way down.
Of course.
And then yesterday, I ran around everywhere yesterday. I went to the Peabody Hotel. I got to make sure all the ducks got into the pond.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
The long goodbye begins. A very special evening with Journey. Final Frontier Tour. Journey. Tickets are on sale now at journeymusic.com. Your chance to say goodbye to the songs that changed our lives. Journey. Final Frontier Tour.
That's good. Welcome back, Gary Parrish Show, presented by Ortho South. We're inside the Built Ford Tough Studio, and on Wednesdays in the second segment, I'm joined by Chris Vernon, host of the Chris Vernon Show, weekdays noon, Grind City Media. And so as I was going into the break, I was talking about 12-12. Ja's bought 250 tickets. They're going to be given out today, 2 o'clock, inside the lobby. And if you told William and Haley, hey, we're going to the Grizzlies game on Friday night, they'd be excited, but that's what they do. They've been in this stuff. And I like the idea that there's going to be somebody who comes downtown today, walks into the lobby, picks up tickets, and theoretically they're going to be able to take somebody on Friday night who's never been to an NBA game.
Sure.
They'll have that experience for the first time in their life. That's a cool thing.
And they need to get people in the arena for Friday night because this is an added game.
That's right.
Right? So, and it's also great that he's going to be back. That's the most important thing, right?
Yes.
Super nice gesture for him to buy the 250 tickets and give them away. The other thing, look, he needs good press.
Yes.
So this is good.
Yeah.
This is good. It was out there everywhere. I saw Bleacher Report put up an Instagram post about it. And so the more, hopefully with both off the court and on the court, he can totally change the narrative because it's been a rough go for these first couple of months in terms of just the news cycle has been relentless on him.
Almost
No, it turned him into a martyr.
It's
at some point everybody's like, come on.
At some point people are let up. When the ESPN story came out, and I think before I saw it on the computer screen, I think I saw the quotes on Instagram, and it was scroll, and it was quote, and I was like, another one?
Well, and even this morning, I was scrolling through. This morning, okay? Now, keep in mind, when was the last time he played?
3 weeks ago. Yeah.
3 weeks ago. And it was like, are the Grizzlies better without Ja Morant?
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like just constant. Like he is great for clicks, right?
Yes.
And then there's always a decision amongst fans and media who are the favorites and who are not the favorites. Right. And so, but keep in mind, you're going to be watching the NBA Cup tonight, right? Have you heard one person say, are the Spurs better without Wemby?
Right.
They got a better record.
Right.
They got a better record without Wemby. But that's insane, right? Of course it's insane.
So you don't even ask the question.
But they do it with Trey, and they do it with LaMelo, and they do it. The most recent one was Paolo Banchero, right? Are they better? And now it'll be Franz. Are they better without Franz? Come on, come on.
And like the team has flipped the narrative in some ways over the past few weeks, so I don't guess it's crazy to think he could as well. But he does need to.
No question. And look, they get on a run, and I think it's all set up. December. Look at the schedule. They got a real chance to flip this and be over 500 by the time the calendar turns. Right. And if he could stay on the court and they can be, if they can start with what Edey has become, when they can start Ja, Jaren, and Edey, you're going to win games.
Right.
And you're going to win more than you lose.
Right.
And so I do think that it's right there in front of him to be able to flip everything.
Talk to me about Zach Edey. He's now averaging a double-double. Awesome. How many centers are better in the world than him right now? Well, Jokic, and then do your list.
Yeah, I mean, I would have to write them all down, but the
list is short. The list is short.
And again, it's one of those things that the individual stats are good, but it is the team stats. Right. And I understand that the schedule has gotten softer, and that's why they've been able to rack up some wins. But when you look at when Edey has played and you look at the rebounding numbers, and they are right at the tops on defensive rebounding, they are right in the tops in offensive rebounding with him on the floor. The assist numbers are really good. They played the other night, and it was, I think, the Clipper game. I mean, it was not a big Edey game, and it was not a big Jaren game, and yet they had 60 points in the paint.
Right.
It's just the way he affects everything that happens in that game has been so profound. And so now, obviously, December's not super rough, and I do think you're going to be able to be over 500, but you just need all those guys healthy. And then by the time the schedule gets tough again for an extended amount of time, hopefully you've got Jerome back, maybe you've got Pippen back, hopefully you've got Clark back. I mean, you could be fully formed over 500 by the time this thing gets tough. And now, I think there are, I'd say the Thunder far and away above everybody else. And then I think there's a group with Houston and Denver. And then you're probably in that next group, right? Which is like LA and Minnesota. Phoenix has been better this year. But, I mean, there's kind of like that group of teams. But I do think that there's three that are different than the other ones. And so you could be in that next group, certainly.
Cam Spencer continues to shoot like crazy. I saw this popping around social media yesterday. Above 50% on pull-up threes, literally best in the NBA with at least 30 attempts. Has he played his way into a situation where he's got to be a part of the rotation?
He has to.
Just because he shoots it.
He has to.
Yes.
He has to. And obviously, I think what's going to
happen...
And
he doesn't just shoot it. I shouldn't say that. He's not just... Because just shooting it won't... That's not enough. But, he's a real player.
But he's going to be your backup point guard, now with Morant back.
Right.
And then we can get Vince back to where he's best.
Right.
Because the Vince thing ran its course.
Right. It was fun.
Yeah. But, I mean, then everybody said, nah, to hell with this. We're going to pressure you 70 feet away from the basket. And then he's going to turn. It's hard to get into the offense.
Now you're not a point guard.
Yeah.
Right.
We're not letting this happen.
That's what happens.
We're not just letting people ease into the offense, right? We're going to put the pressure on this guy.
You're going to try to play without a point guard. We're going to make him dribble.
Right. And Cam Spencer has shown to be able to really run that second unit. And so certainly in the absence of Jerome and Pippen, he has found himself a spot on that team, and a guy that was not supposed to be in the rotation. I think you've got to find a way to get him on the court.
Right. So NBA Cup tonight, we get two more games. Last night, the Knicks and Magic advanced, so they'll play this weekend. Desmond Bane goes for 37. not you, not me, but broadly speaking, Grizzlies fans, happy for Desmond Bane? We don't. That doesn't hurt us.
I love that. That's why I wore the jacket today. I love Desmond Bane. I love my Bane jacket. Yeah, I love Desmond Bane.
Right.
I'll always love Desmond Bane.
Right.
Same way I love Tyus Jones. Tyus Jones on that team too.
Right.
Like, I mean, I root for those guys. Certainly, with there have been some where I'm like, I ain't rooting for Dylan Brooks tonight, right? But I mean, like, here's the difference. Just like I didn't really root for Rudy Gay when he went elsewhere.
Right.
Like I went, but the guys that gave me amazing memories,
right?
Mike Conley, Zach Randolph, Tony Allen, Zebo,
right?
Desmond Bane applies. Tyus Jones applies. Kyle Anderson applies. Like those guys, like when I think about them,
right?
The memory is a positive one.
That's right.
That's what I'd say. Those are the guys that I always... Valanciunas, Steven Adams.
Right.
I'm happy for all those guys, right? I like the guys that go elsewhere. But if my memory is of you going,
3 of 21.
and getting us stomped out by LeBron and them, like that's what you left me with.
Right. That's
you
the last...
literally poked the bear.
That's the last thing I remember about you.
Rudy hit a game winner over the Heatles. That was
Bro,
a great
we won
Grizzlies
20
memory.
games.
Was that the not this guy?
Oh my
clip?
God!
That was
the
before.
Raptors.
That was before.
That was the Raptors.
That's an all-time.
Not saying it.
That's an all-time great one though.
Oh, but when I think of Rudy Gay, I think about trading. We traded him and made the West Finals.
It's true.
Not Rudy Gay. I love that.
This guy.
Not this guy. I love that clip. So with Desmond Bane, he gets 37 last night. We're happy for him. Tonight, Lakers on a big stage, and I saw this quote from Rich Paul, and he just sort of was asked about the Lakers, and he said, "No, I don't think they're contenders." Now their record would suggest they're contenders. Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves, LeBron James would suggest maybe they're not Oklahoma City, so maybe that's what. It was just a weird thing to say. You don't have to say that. Why did he say that? What's the angle? Because he said that for a reason.
It's the first podcast, right? Here's something that I believe. Here's something I believe.
Right.
Like if I'm talking amongst my friends, here's something I actually believe that people would find super interesting.
Okay.
I think that's the extent of it. Obviously, people are gonna draw in like, oh, well, he's just he's just saying whatever LeBron wants out there or whatever. I do think Rich Paul is his own guy, and I think that he probably believes that. I think he watches that team and goes, they're not better than Oklahoma City. They're not better than Denver. They're not better than Houston. And, last year they got waxed in the playoffs.
Right.
And so they might not be better than Minnesota if they have to play a 7-game series or whoever. I honestly, I don't think there's anything more than... I think it's one of those things because obviously Jacoby, my co-host, is out there working with them. I think I know the way Jacoby works, and I know the way, when they're probably with Max Kellerman and Rich, they're sitting there and they're going through all manner of topics, and they're probably saying, what about this? What about this? What about this? And then you get to that and you go, wait, we got to include that if that's how you know what I mean? I don't think he did it to try to make everybody talk about it. I think he really believes that.
It's just a wild...
And I don't think it's...
Oh, I don't think it's...
I believe it too.
Yeah, I don't think it's an incorrect opinion.
I think a lot of Lakers fans believe it. They watch them and they go, we can't defend well enough. If you got your 3 best players out on the floor, it's tough to defend.
It felt like the type of thing that anything he says,
of course,
because of his relationship with LeBron, is going to be attributed to LeBron.
Yeah, well, but they told you this at the beginning of the season. Right. LeBron wants to win right now. Right.
So does anything happen, or does he just play it out? Whatever happens with their season.
Well, they asked him on the podcast, and he was like, "He's like, LeBron going to play, somewhere else post trade deadline?" He's like, "No."
Right. So it's just is what it is. And I saw somebody tweet that he just put a TrackMan in his house.
Oh yeah.
So it's over.
What?
A golf simulator.
A golf simulator.
Oh. Yeah. He just put a golf simulator in his house. It's over.
You think that's what that means?
That's
a retirement thing.
Yes.
No question.
He has reached the point where 22-year-old LeBron James puts a basketball court in his house.
Well, in fairness, he's a massive Madden guy. So a lot of us that again, I pivoted, several years ago, as did you. And it's like there's something that you need to do. Like there's always something I needed to do, whether it was gambling or whether it was whether I wanted to gamble or whether I wanted to play on PlayStation or whether I was going to do this or whether I was going to do there's something you need to do to keep your competitive juices going. Right. And generally post 40, most guys or a lot of guys find golf. Right. And that's what they want to do. And so and you also know what it's like to first get the bug. Yeah. And he's got the bug. That's so right. I mean, I don't know if it's as much at now this is all he's going to do, but I do think that in the absence of once you start playing and then you want to get good at it, and you've got the means that he has. Yeah. I mean, come on. I'm surprised he didn't already have one. Honestly.
Yeah, just because he hit golf.
After the first time he went and hit a golf ball.
Went to Top Golf one time. It was like I want that. Call somebody and put that in my house.
It's also kind of annoying when guys that live in California get TrackMans. I mean, come on, go outside.
Go outside
right now.
Yes.
I can't. So I've got a net in my garage. I can't even use it. It's too damn cold. I can't even hold on to the club. Industrial heaters.
Do you have a temperature where you say that's too low? I'm not going. Is there a number?
It's honestly the club. I don't want to wear 2 gloves.
Right.
So whatever that is.
Yes.
Right. If my right hand is that cold that it's hard for me to grip the club. So what is that? Probably low 40s.
Here's the
low 40s.
Low
is
40s
about,
is where it is.
I'm okay if we're high 40s to 55. I'm fine.
Here's where I'm at. I have to get myself to a point where I will not lie to myself. I have to say, would I go clean up my backyard today? And if the answer is no, then I should not be going and playing golf. It's not.
And I'm also like. So I walk my dog twice a day, right? So I do it early in the morning and then I do it in the evening. And that morning one, if I'm miserable, it sets a tone.
That's right.
It sets a tone. Today was actually the best it's been. Because I bundle up to go out there because I know we're going to be walking out there for 20 minutes. And today was the best day it's been this week. These other days, I have walked inside and I'm like, God, I got to get in a freaking hot shower or something. Freaking thaw out.
It's ridiculous.
It's horrible.
Ridiculous. So,
it sucks.
Last thing before I get you out of here, the Giannis thing. Are we just in a holding pattern now because of the injury?
So it seems.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and like when they posted the odds for it, I think this is what you need to know is like when they post the odds for it, the favorite for team that he will play the most minutes for post trade deadline was still the Bucks. So that kind of tells you something, right? I'm not saying that's good. And then I think the Knicks were second at plus 270. So we'll see. And you also never know who's going to get injured, who's got championship dreams. I'm one of those that if I'm New York, I'm obviously if I'm Leon Rose, I'm working behind the scenes trying to find packages where I can include other teams and whatever to try to get them the assets that they would want, because we had a big discussion with this because Jacoby's a big Knicks guy and he just kind of wants to stay pat. You might be able to stay pat, run this one through, see if this team can win, and then get to the offseason. I look at it through the prism of, and we may get to see this, in a couple of days. You got to beat the Thunder.
Right.
And
Does that deflate the Giannis market in the sense that a franchise says...
No, I think it enhances it.
Enhances it.
Yeah, I think it enhances it. If you're like New York or, one of these teams.
Because you say we have to do something big to
I got to have a top... Maybe not like San Antonio, because they very well may have a top 5 player, but the history of the NBA tells us that generally you need a top 5 player. You could have 2 very elite like we did with the Celtics, but generally over time, when you have looked at the seasons that have been played, you have had one of the 5 best players in the NBA, and Giannis certainly applies to that.
The other argument that I've heard, which would run counter to what you're saying, is what is the point of getting Giannis if you still can't beat Oklahoma City?
Well, I mean, last year, interestingly enough, he was the bully ball that they won the cup last year.
Right.
The Bucks are the ones that beat them last year, and so I want to bring Giannis to any party I can.
Yeah.
Like, I don't look at him and go, "What's the point?" Against the Thunder.
If I'm the Knicks, I'm trying to get that done.
Yeah. I look at him and go, "Oh my God!" Like, because you could see them turning Towns into a shell of himself. Giannis is never turning into a shell of himself. You never. If I told you that Karl Anthony Towns is going to have a 5 for 16. 12.6 rebound game, that would not be the most shocking thing ever. That would never happen with him in life.
Right.
Never.
And I understand the mindset of, but we're still not as good as Oklahoma City. But you know what you are if you do that? Better than everybody in the East. And you're going to have game 3 at the Garden against Oklahoma City. Let's go. You get that moment.
Well, and look, it wasn't that long ago, because you never know the way this stuff is going to break. How many times do we have to learn that same lesson?
Right.
But there was a lot of teams that went, who cares? The Warriors are too good anyway.
Right.
And then the Rockets went for it, and if they don't go 0 for 1,000 in Game 7 from 3,
right.
They did it. They had it.
And it's not like the Pacers didn't push them to 7 last season anyway.
And so did the Nuggets without Aaron Gordon. Right. By the time they got to Game 7, he
couldn't walk.
And Porter had one arm, and and Gordon was on one leg, and so it's like it wasn't like they just wiped the floor with everybody. It wasn't 96 Bulls playoffs.
No.
Right?
Yeah, if I'm the
they
next
still got to get scars, bro.
You gonna do the scars thing? All right. That's Chris Bryant. Give him an hour and 14 minutes. He'll be over in the big studio. When we come back, turn our attention to college basketball. Jimmy V was fun last night. Got a buzzer beater in Game 1. And then Florida and UConn with throwing haymakers back and forth at each other. Catch you up on the Jimmy V Classic. Charles Huff press conference later on today. We'll talk about all of it next. Gary Parrish Show, presented by Ortho South.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing beats catching your Grizzlies IRL, and nobody knows that better than you. So next time you want to hit up a game, Ticketmaster's got your back with tickets to every upcoming matchup. Whether you're catching the Grizzlies at home or on the road, you'll find tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Keep putting that jersey collection to use and get Grizzlies tickets today. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside again soon, Memphis.
The heaviest metal credit card of all time. Rumored to be one of only 18 in existence. Plated with the very same tungsten that forged the International Space Station. And wielded at business dinners like a samurai sword. It's a classic corporate power move. But the real power move? Having end-to-end visibility on your most critical shipments. FedEx, the new power move.
Now that's the new edition way.
But I feel like there's another level we can take it to.
What you think, Mike?
2 steps ahead of you, Slick.
What's good, bro?
What you doing, man?
I'm in.
Woman, you don't even know what I'm getting ready to ask you. Here's the vision. All 3 of us on the same stage every night.
Gonna be crazy.
No barriers, no separation.
It'll be like 9 kings and a queen.
The next level starts now.
Memphis. Monday Night Raw returns with non-stop action, unmatched energy, and the superstars you love.
We don't get mad, we get even. We don't go home till we beat them. This is our time, we ain't leaving. Give me the crown undefeated.
Witness the moments you'll never forget. Monday Night Raw, Memphis. Monday, February 16th. Tickets and ringside packages on sale next Friday.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans. Want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Orthopedic injuries can be unpredictable, unforeseen, and unscheduled, and Ortho South understands this better than anyone. Since your injuries don't make appointments, you don't need to either. That's because Ortho South welcomes walk-ins during the weekdays and the evenings, and even on Saturdays. So next time an unforeseen injury makes an unscheduled appearance in your life, visit orthosouth.org to find your nearest urgent care location. Just walk in, and Ortho South will take care of everything, especially you. Learn more at orthosouth.org. That's orthosouth at orthosouth.org. Now I got 5 more things you need to know.
Number 1.
Fun night last night, Madison Square Garden. Jimmy V Classic doubleheader. In the first game, you had BYU Clemson. We'll get to that one in a second. Nightcap was UConn over Florida in a matchup of the past 3 national champions. UConn, of course, winning it in 2023 and 2024. Then Todd Golden's Florida Gators won it last season. So big-time matchup. 2 of the best programs in the sport. And UConn wins it. Florida once again struggles with its shooting from the backcourt, and that's clearly the biggest difference in this basketball team this season. Last year, Florida had Walter Clayton and arguably the best backcourt in America. All of those guards are now gone, either off to the NBA or transfer portal, and they got into the transfer portal, added Boogie Fland, added Xavier Lee. Fland's been okay. Xavier Lee looks like the mid-major transfer who is a mid-major player. Sometimes, whether it's Dalton Connect or any number of players in recent years who have transferred up, you hope that the production that they had at this level can be matched at this new level. And in many cases, it has. Mark Sears at Alabama, Dalton Connect at Tennessee. PJ Haggerty is an example of this. He's putting up big numbers in the Big 12 for a bad team, or at least a underachieving team, but sometimes it translates and sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes a mid-major player is just a mid-major player, and now it's looking like at Florida, they spent a lot of money on a mid-major player who isn't an SEC, at least top shelf contributor, because the percentages are bad. And he scored last night, but he couldn't make shots in a way that you're going to need to make shots to beat a team of that caliber. So now Florida, after winning the national championship last season and being picked to win the SEC this season, is now 5-4. Now, there's one bad loss in there to TCU, but the other 3 losses are losses by 6 or fewer points to teams that are ranked in the top 5 of the AP poll. So not panic time in Florida, but it doesn't look like that team is quite the championship contender that some of us thought, say, back in October.
What do we have last night?
UConn minus 4.5.
I knew it.
Is the number
I knew it.
that you laid. You
And
lost
yeah.
by a half a point. You lost by a half a point.
Absolutely brutal.
You lost by a half a point.
Absolutely brutal.
Hey, better luck tonight. Better luck tonight.
Yeah. We'll see.
UConn 9-1. So this is the point I made on the I Am College Basketball podcast. The Huskies have this one loss, but it's a shorthanded loss. They were down 2 of their top 5 players at home to Arizona. So it's possible if UConn, wouldn't have been down 2 of its 5 best players, UConn would be 10-0 right now and ranked number 1 in the country. Projected as the favorite to win a 3rd national championship in a 4-year span. Because they've got that 1 in the loss column, and Michigan, Duke, Arizona, and Iowa State are all still undefeated with big signature wins. Those 4 schools are getting most of the attention right now.
Yeah.
But any conversation about national championship contenders needs to include UConn. They look the part. Obviously, Dan and his staff, they've proven they know how to march through that bracket, and it's clear they've got a team once again that's good enough to do it.
Number 2.
The bigger story, perhaps, last night was the breakout party for AJ Dybansta, the 5-star freshman we've talked about a lot. I told you, I think I came back from Peach Jam 2 years ago, and I was like, I saw this young guy just finished his freshman year of high school, led Peach Jam in scoring. He looks like a future number 1 pick in the draft, a future NBA scoring champ. We'll fast forward, and here we are.
Mm-hmm.
28 points last night. He outscored Clemson by himself in the second half. BYU was down 22 at one point in this game. Erase that, win it. Dybansta goes big. Rob Wright knocks down a game-winning 30-footer. And so now BYU, a little bit like UConn, also sitting here as a one-loss team, 8-1. Their lone loss is to UConn, and that's another team that looks like an undeniable national championship contender. I just saw this. Fran Fraschilla tweeted earlier. That game, the Florida-UConn game, was the 37th ranked versus ranked matchup we've had this season. We are pacing at an incredible rate. We're getting more good games in college basketball early than we have quite literally ever gotten. And last night was a terrific example that you had in the nightcap, the ranked versus ranked matchup. And then in the earlier game, Clemson didn't have a number next to his name, so it's not ranked versus ranked, but that's still two power conference brands led by a guy who could be, on the BYU side, the number one pick in the draft, and he delivered. So if you were, light night in the NBA with a limited schedule because of the Cup, football non-existent on TV, you just turn on ESPN, you're watching basketball. You got two compelling college basketball games last night. The first one because Dybansta went big. The second one because it was two brands that you recognize. So I know people get into these weird conversations about NIL and transfer portal, and it's ruining everything. And I'm not saying those complaints aren't without merit on some level, but big picture, like if you could just zoom out, college basketball is awesome right now. Like absolutely awesome. Television ratings support it. Ticket sales, attendance numbers support it. And it really is the byproduct, I think, on some level of we're getting incredibly talented people in school. We're keeping them there longer than we otherwise would have because of NIL. There are players playing college basketball right now who would be in the G League or perhaps even in the NBA, but they were paid millions of dollars to come back to college. We're getting incredible talent coming in from Europe internationally, and it's all led to, I think last night was a perfect illustration of it. College basketball is in a good place right now. It's not without its flaws, but in terms of just giving us compelling stuff, it's doing it almost every night.
I saw someone point this out yesterday, and it was related to football, but I wonder if it applies to college basketball as well. They basically said that, and it specifically with the Big Ten, they were talking about how NIL helped that league so much in football because they were doing it the right way for a long time at most of those schools, and now the ones that were doing it the right way can just pay guys money, and so they're getting better rosters. And I wonder if that kind of applies to some of these schools in college basketball that maybe were doing it the right way once upon a time, and now they can do it the right way with money.
I think I hear what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
I think what you're trying to say without saying it is it possible the reason the SEC was so good in football for all those years is because it was the one league more than any other paying people under the table.
Yes.
And now that the Big Ten and other leagues can all spend money on players, as Coach O might say, you can walk in the front door with the cash now instead of walk in the back door with the cash now. It has leveled the playing field, and maybe that's the best explanation for why, when you look at the college football playoff bracket, it's a Big Ten team and a non-traditional power Big Ten team.
Right.
That is the one seed. Yeah, I think there's probably something to that. People say it in college basketball as well. I won't mention any programs by name.
Yeah, I got you.
But there are some programs that, man, they're awesome every year without exception. And in recent years, maybe haven't been as awesome. And some people, not me, but some people look at that and go, well, you see what happened, right? They used to be the ones getting deals done, and everybody else was, or at least some other schools weren't. But now everybody's getting deals done because you can get deals done now. And so it's a little harder when everybody can pay players.
Yeah.
Like
this BYU thing. I mean, dude, are they a contender, by the way?
Yeah. Yeah, and it's
all
they've
never won a national championship.
It's all paid for. I mean, it is. Yeah. They don't even try to like.
No, they're not doing anything wrong.
No, but they're. It's so outrageous what they've done that they're just sort of embracing it. Like, why is AJ Dybansta at BYU? He's not Mormon. He's not from the area. He's from Boston. He's from the Boston area. Pre-NIL, he'd be at UConn or Kentucky or Duke or Kansas. That's where he would be.
Yeah.
Bring AJ Dybansta out of high school 10 years ago, and John Calipari, Mike Krzyzewski, Bill Self, and whoever's coaching UConn are fighting over him.
Yep.
And that's where he's going to school. But a billionaire came in and they paid him to go to prep school in Utah. And then it was like, hey, you're already in Utah. Don't you like it here? Aren't the mountains nice? We could pay you more millions to just stay in Utah and star at BYU. Do you know we got an NBA coach, used to work with Kevin Durant. So he's going to teach you how to be Kevin Durant, and here's $7 million. I mean, it is what it is. Baylor had a deal to get Rob Wright back in school. They thought they had the deal done. It was like, hey, we want you back. You're thinking about going to the NBA. He was a 5-star prospect coming out of high school. But we want you back. Here's, millions of dollars. They thought they had that done. Then BYU was like, here's more millions of dollars. And he was like, peace out, I'm gone. I mean, it's all ball. They're awesome. They've got the big explosive center who quite literally broke the goal last night and put the whole thing into a delay, Kebakeda. Richie Saunders is one of the better shooters in America. Dybansta is maybe the number 1 pick in the draft. Rob Wright was a 5-star prospect. I mean, they're good. They're good. So, they're a contender. And it shows you that you can now do this anywhere. Anywhere in a power conference. I think not to loop this back to Memphis, but we're learning it is harder to, even if you've got the money, to convince people to play in the American. It just is. I'm not calling it a trend, but it is something you notice that in back-to-back, in this calendar year 2025, Memphis has lost the AAC Men's Basketball Player of the Year to the transfer portal and the AAC Women's Soccer Offensive Player of the Year to the transfer portal. That's not good.
Yep.
Once upon a time, league affiliation did not matter to the University of Memphis. You could still get Derrick Rose. You could still get Penny Hardaway. You could still get Elliot Perry. You didn't have to play in the SEC to do that. But now we just lost. I'll just speak it factually. The University of Memphis just lost 2 conference players of the year to the transfer portal. And they've got money, but these people are looking for something else. And so I don't know that you can build it anywhere anymore because it's harder than ever outside of the power conferences, which is why Memphis desperately needs to figure out how to get on the other side of the rope. And they're working hard to do it.
Yep.
But you can, inside the power conferences, you can build championship caliber stuff anywhere if you've got the right resources and the right people running it. BYU has a national championship contender in basketball, and Indiana has a national championship contender in football. How did that happen? They hired the right people, and they gave them the resources to build it. That's the blueprint. You can do it. Yes, there are some places that have advantages over others, but you can do this anywhere now, which I think perhaps might be one of the miscalculations on Lane Kiffin's account. We find out going forward. Clearly, it's easier to build a championship contender at LSU than it is at Ole Miss. But can you build them at Ole Miss consistently? Yeah, I think so. He had just done it. And what we're learning is it doesn't matter if you have basketball tradition at BYU or football tradition at Indiana. Do you have resources and the right people? Then you can do it. And BYU is a good example of that on the hardwood right now.
Number 3.
Speaking of NIL, Troy Aikman made headlines yesterday, said that he has given to NIL at his alma mater, UCLA, but that he will never do it again. Here's the quote. I gave money to a kid, I won't mention who. I've done it one time at UCLA, never met the young man. He was there a year, left after the year. I wrote a sizable check, and he went to another school. I didn't even get so much as a thank you note. So it's one of those deals to where I'm done with NIL. I want to see UCLA be successful, but I'm done with it. That's going to become more common.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Once upon a time in college athletics, when you donated money, first off, the number of people who would actually do it is much smaller than the number of people who are doing it now.
Okay.
You would donate money to maybe secure third-row tickets, and you'd have to make a donation to be able to buy those.
Yeah.
Or you would donate money just because you're charitable. You know, this is what we do. We give money to my alma mater, right? But it wasn't always like I'm buying football players or basketball players. It was like I'm securing my season ticket seats, or I'm just making a donation to the athletic department because I have the means to do it and I care deeply about my alma mater, whatever. It was, and to the extent coaching staffs in football or basketball had people they could go to like, hey, I need $15,000 under the table because I got to go get this defensive lineman out of wherever. That was like a conversation between two people. The appreciation was implied, if not acknowledge, because these are all things that are happening between two people. Well, now, because of NIL, it's like, hey, we really need your money, all of you. Donate it to this fund so then we can disperse it to prospects. And they're suddenly hitting up Troy Aikman and saying, hey, we know you got lots of money and we know you care about, and so we got this, it's this one particular player and we need this much money to keep him. And can you help us out with that? And he's like, yeah, I guess this is just the way we do it now, huh? I guess I'm a multimillionaire who played football at UCLA, and I guess now and then it's like, all right, whatever he says a sizable check, so use your imagination. But they're getting checks from 100 people, 200 people, and the football player might not even know where this money's coming from. And I do think you get into this awkward situation where it's like, hold up, I was giving you money in a traditional way. They take it out, but now you actually come to me and ask me for money so you can give it to this player. And then this player never even reaches out, text, and then he's gone after a year. Like, what am I even doing this for? I felt unappreciated, and also where's the bang for my buck? What did we even accomplish with this? So I'm just out the game. I'll put on my UCLA hoodie and walk on the sidelines every once in a while, but don't call me ever again asking for $500,000 to keep a football player, because I don't know that it helped our football team, and I didn't feel like anybody appreciated what I did at all. And it's like feelings got hurt a little bit, ego bruised a tad. I get it though, right? Mm-hmm. This is one where when you're asking people to just give you money so they can sit in these seats, the only thing they expect when they give you that money is to sit in these seats. They don't expect to be hugged, loved, thanked over and over again. They don't expect it to necessarily translate to success on the court or on the field. It was just like, here's the money, and now this, and what do I get for this money? I get.
But when you know your money got this specific guy,
that's right.
Yeah,
it's a thing. It's like we really do. Like, why am I spending my money on this? I didn't. This didn't seem worth it. Didn't seem worth it, even if they were appreciative. But especially not worth it if they're not even appreciative.
Right.
So it's just, you get a lot of bruised egos and hurt feelings. And I've heard this from administrators, from boosters at other schools that I know. They're enthusiastic about doing it when they feel appreciated and when they see it working. Mm-hmm. But when you can't check both of those boxes, and in Troy Aikman's case, even one of those boxes, then this is what you get. And they say things like, I'm not giving money ever again, or I'm not giving money until we have a different coach. This is going to happen at Kansas State. Mm-hmm. They have whoever it is over there, but in back-to-back years, given Jerome Tang millions of dollars to go out and buy high-priced players from the transfer portal. Last year it was Coleman Hawkins. This year it's PJ Haggerty. Millions of dollars, some collection of people are handing him to go out and buy these players. I don't know how the conversation goes exactly, but it's something like this. We can maybe get an All-American guard out of Memphis if we got X amount of millions of dollars. All right, let's get it. All right, go get it. All right? 2 years in a row they've done that. Last season was bad. This season is going poorly.
Going bad, yeah.
You know what's going to happen there?
Where's the payoff?
They're going to say, hey, we given this guy millions of dollars in back-to-back years to go out and get exactly who he said he needed in the transfer portal to be good. And 2 straight years, they ain't been good. Why would I give this guy money again? Call me when we got a new coach. Because I'm not giving this coach this money anymore because I've given it to him 2 straight years and it's accomplished nothing. That's a real thing. Yeah. So then it puts pressure on the administrators. I don't know if I want to pay all this money to buy out my coach, but if I don't buy out my coach and get a new coach, I can't get these people to give me money anymore. They're saying we're not giving millions of dollars to fund this roster because this guy can't get it done with the rosters. So what do? All of this is new and stuff that coaches, boosters, and all athletic directors are learning about in real time. Mm-hmm. None of it's easy, but it's interesting, I guess. It's interesting.
Number 4.
Phillip Rivers, it's official. He's out of retirement. He was retired this time yesterday. He's not retired anymore. Signed with the practice squad in Indianapolis. Now, we talked a little bit yesterday about how his Hall of Fame clock could get reset.
Mm-hmm.
The way the standards are written as practice squad signing doesn't reset your clock. He would only reset his clock if he actually gets signed by the Colts and is on the active roster. So that is TBD. But do you think we see Phillip Rivers play football at the age of 44? He's 44 years old, 10 children. He has a grandchild. He is now teammates with a young man named, let me see if I can find it. Anyway, here's the story. I don't need the name. He's teammates with a 23-year-old who is the same age as his oldest child. And this 23-year-old is from Alabama. So, like, in preparation for the NFL draft, worked out with Phillip Rivers, who also was coaching high school in Alabama.
Yeah.
So Phillip Rivers helped get this young man ready for the draft, and now they're teammates. And the young man is the same age as Phillip Rivers' oldest child.
That's wild. So we'll see if Riley Leonard, their backup.
It is Riley Leonard. That's what it is.
That's the backup quarterback. We'll see if he's available to play because he got hurt in the last game too. Daniel Jones obviously tore his Achilles. He's out.
They say he's week to week, but like he's limp. Like he's not good.
Yeah, he's not good. I do not think that they would sign Phillip Rivers to the practice squad if it meant that they weren't going to promote him to the main roster. Like why would Phillip Rivers do that? Why would the Colts do that?
Right.
Yeah, like it just doesn't make any sense. Like I think he will be on the roster. Will he play game one? I'm not sure. Like that's crazy. I mean, I think that the
reports coming out of the workouts from yesterday was that he can still throw it, but conditioning is not there. Like he can still throw the ball, but if you ask him to move around much, good luck.
Man, and I don't know. I get it. Like the Colts kind of went all in this season on trying to win when they made that Sauce Gardner trade at the trade deadline. But I don't really know where you think you're going to go with this. I mean, I think you're just desperate and you have to like get competent quarterbacks in there. He hasn't played football in years.
5 years.
Yeah.
That to me, all of this is nutty. Like the idea that I love it, and I can't wait to put my eyes on it if it happens. But the idea that somebody this age who hasn't played football in this long you could just drop him into an NFL game seems crazy to me. Like dangerous on some level. 5 years is a long time to not play professional football, to just start playing professional football again, particularly at this age. I think if I were the Colts, if they came to me with the idea, if I were running the Colts, they come to me with the idea of bringing in 44-year-old Phillip Rivers, I'd say, is that really the best option out there? And if they said yes, I would question them. And then I would say, I tell you what, why don't you go find me the best 24-year-old quarterback in the world who's unemployed right now, or the best 34-year-old quarterback in the world who's unemployed right now. But 44 seems like we're getting into a territory where I don't know that this is going to be good for anybody.
Now, their playoff chances took a nosedive with that loss to the Jaguars on Sunday. I think right now ESPN's got them at 27% to even make the playoffs. They were this whole season in great positioning. And then Houston got that big win over Kansas City. So in the AFC South, you got two teams are above you now. I don't know. Maybe it's just a feel-good thing they're trying to do.
Well, the coach and Phillip are
they know each other.
They're tight friends, talk every week, even before this.
Yeah, and if you know that it's just going a certain way, maybe you're just you know what, just go he wants to play. Go give me my guy, and we're gonna have some fun the rest of the way.
All fun up until you get hit in the back.
I know. Yeah, because I don't.
I mean, that's the other thing. It's not only that he played in the NFL in 5 years, he ain't been hit in 5 years.
Because here's the thing too, and you obviously got an offseason to figure this out, but Daniel Jones ain't gonna play next year. He tore his Achilles late in the season. He's not gonna play football next year, probably. Right. So you got to figure that out. That's your quarterback. You got to figure out what you're going to do next season with a, on paper, really good roster, minus a quarterback. But Phillip Rivers ain't going to play next year, right? That's crazy.
I mean, all of this is crazy. Tom Brady couldn't play at 45.
Right.
And we think Phillip Rivers can play at 44 after not having played for 5 years.
But I say all that to say, I want to see it.
Oh, I want to see it too.
I want to see it.
I want to see it.
That would be fun. You want me to tune into a Colts game on Sunday? you got it. Like, I'm in.
I'll put it on.
Yeah, dude.
I wish him luck. But speaking as somebody in their 40s, I don't think this is something you ought to be trying to do. But he has 10 kids at home. You know, he has 10 children.
I mean, he's made a ton of money.
I'd
dude.
understand wanting to get out of the house as well.
Maybe it's just wanting to get out of the house.
Just want to get out of the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, he still gets to coach high school, but the high school season's over. Like,
just time to get out of the house.
Yeah.
It's pretty clear. Phillip Rivers just needed to get out of the house.
And what, like, other excuse do you have? Like, that's the now that you're saying this, it actually makes all the sense in the world. He doesn't have, there is no other excuse he could possibly have for getting out of the house and escaping than they need me back in the NFL.
Baby, they need me in Indianapolis.
Yes.
Baby, they need me so bad in Indianapolis.
I got to help my former franchise.
I've got to help my friend and former franchise.
Yes.
You know how much I'd love to be here with you and all the kids 24 hours a day.
Mm-hmm.
But they need me.
Yeah.
In Indianapolis. Yeah, I'm sure that's the way he sold it.
Yep.
I get it.
I see what you're doing, Phillip. I see what you're doing.
Would I want to play quarterback in the NFL at the age of 44? Absolutely not. It sounds like it would hurt. But would I want to be at home with 10 kids all day long? Absolutely not. That sounds miserable. So now I'm picking between two bad options. And I think I'd rather play football at 44 than be at home with 10 kids all day long.
I want to see him get promoted from that practice squad, and I want to see him make the start this Sunday.
I want to see him not die.
He's not going to die.
You don't know that, Bennett.
He's not going to die. If he takes one big hit, they're going to be like, all right,
that's enough.
Come on.
That's enough.
No, he tried.
I mean, every once in a while, we try to watch old people do things that they used to could do pretty well. And we're like, well, you know, he still looks pretty good.
Yeah.
And then, you know, that's how you end up tricking yourself into watching Mike Tyson fight.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you're watching Mike Tyson fight Jake Paul and you're just sad.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what you realize like 30 seconds into the fight? Oh, he's old. He's old. There's a reason people his age don't do this, and it's because you can't. And my fear is that that's what we're going to see.
We'll see.
Number 5.
26 head coach in University of Memphis football history will be introduced later today.
Yep.
At the Billy J. Murphy Athletic Complex. It's the Charles Huff press conference. I see you got your little M on.
Of course. It's a big day.
You excited about the Charles Huff press conference?
I'm very excited. I will be watching. I don't know if I'll be in attendance today, but I will.
I think I'm going to be in attendance.
Are you going to be in attendance today?
I think
okay.
You see that coat over there?
Big J journalist.
Do you see that sport coat over there? I think I'm going to put a sport coat on and be in attendance.
All right, just like if you're going to ask anything, just be cool. Like don't go too hard hitting. Like this is supposed to be a feel good day.
Unlike some people who go to press conferences, I only ask questions if I think there's something I need to know that nobody else is going to ask, and I will not have an opportunity to ask it to you away from this setting. So I must ask it now. Unless those are my circumstances, I just stand in the back.
Gotcha.
I don't need... I'm talking enough right now. I don't need to go to a press conference just to hear myself talk. But sometimes people do.
Well, I appreciate that you're getting the FaceTime in today on day one.
I didn't mean that. I just meant that I don't know that I need to ask Charles Huff a question today.
No, fair
That's what I
enough.
mean.
I'm just saying I think your presence is appreciated. That's what I'll say.
I don't even mean that. I just felt like I should go. You don't think I should be at the...
Why am I joking?
You don't think I should be at the Charles Huff press conference?
Of course I think you should be there. I'm happy that you're
I'm
there.
a proud alum.
I know.
I want to go support my new football coach.
Good.
I don't know Charles Huff at all. Look forward to meeting him.
Yes.
But the people I do know who know him think he will kill the press conference. Now, that's not... I don't care about killing the press conference as much as I care about killing the regular season, as much as I care about killing UAB. But I'd rather him kill the press conference than not.
Yes.
And my understanding of him in that setting is that he's going to be strong in that setting. So I'm looking forward to it. And I know that since it was announced over the weekend, there's been all sorts of reactions. You know, how do you get fired up for Charles Huff? You know, could you really not have done a Jerry Mack? What about Dan Mullen? Should you have taken a closer look at Hugh Freeze? I guess those conversations are still going on some level. I would just circle back to something I said Monday, which is I don't mind anybody having, obviously, like have whatever opinions you want. I don't care. I probably won't even see them. But I just don't know how you could have a strong opinion about Charles Huff.
Right.
Like a strong negative opinion. Like he's worked where he's worked. He's worked for good people. He's won a conference championship. He took a bad situation at Southern Miss, made it respectable and good immediately. I just don't know how anybody could be out there insisting this is not going to work. First off, what we've learned about Memphis football is it works.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say it doesn't matter who the coach is, but since the coach has been Justin Fuente, it has worked without exception. Some coaches have been better than others, but they've all been successful. They've all moved on to power conference jobs. So on some level, you know why you believe that Charles Huff's going to work? Because Ryan Silverfield worked. Because Justin Fuente worked. Because Mike Norvell worked. Because we have turned Memphis football into something like VCU basketball. It operates outside of the traditional power structure and maybe doesn't have the same resources as Big Ten schools and SEC schools, but outside of that power structure, if you're looking for a program that just wins consistently, bowl games every year, double-digit wins sometimes, the coaches never get fired, always leave for better jobs, that's what VCU basketball has been for a while, and that is what Memphis football is right now.
Mm-hmm.
So why do I think Charles Huff will work without ever meeting him? Because I think he seems to be competent at the baseline. He seems competent. And I think a competent coach works at Memphis football.
Completely agree. Yeah, I'm excited. It's a new era. I wonder if they're going to give anything away today.
Meaning?
Well, when Penny got the job, they gave away the, and I still have one. It's awesome. And now it's like a collector's item. It was like a card with Penny's face on it and a actual penny like glued to it.
They had that. I don't remember getting one of those.
Yeah, I got one of those.
I don't think I got one of those.
And now pennies are going extinct. So like it's a collector's item.
Okay, Bennett.
Yeah.
Well,
congratulations. If they'll hand anything out for the Charles Huff presser.
Well, if they do,
yeah, that's what I was gonna.
I'll get it.
Yeah.
If they do, I'll get it.
You know, I love a keepsake.
I know you do. You got a whole storage unit for them.
Yeah.
I will. If they hand something out, I will get it and I will give it to you. Last thing I'll say on this. Again, have whatever opinion you want. If you want to have very strong negative opinions about a man you've never met and hadn't heard of 2 weeks ago, knock yourself out. But as I was thinking through it, not reminded me of, but if you remember a few years ago, Arizona moves on from Sean Miller. And there's this window of time where it's like, they need a new coach, but it's not filled immediately. And so same thing that happens with the Memphis football job happened with the Arizona basketball job. In the absence of real news, people just start speculating and talking. And we got to a point where a group of Arizona alums, Gilbert Arenas, you name it, were all pushing for a former Arizona basketball player to be the head coach. They were very public about it, very loud about it. And the Arizona administration listened to them, but ultimately decided to hire an assistant coach from Gonzaga named Tommy Lloyd, who had never been a head coach before. So this was a big story for a couple of different reasons. A, your alums, some of whom won a national championship there, are in your office saying, we want one of us to coach this basketball program, and we know who we want it to be. So on one hand, you're just not ignoring them, but you clearly didn't take their advice. You went a different direction, and you fired somebody who's never been a head coach before. So there was an uproar among the Arizona fan base. How do we not hire an alum when all the alums are saying that's what we ought to do, and there's a qualified alum for the job? And then, okay, it's one thing if we go out and hire somebody who's just won 4 straight. We hired an assistant coach who's never been a head coach. What are we doing? And oh boy, they were mad.
Yeah.
They were mad. Tommy Lloyd and Arizona are ranked number 1 in the country right now.
Mm-hmm.
They're undefeated. They got 3 wins over preseason top 25 teams. He's never missed the NCAA tournament. He's been to multiple Sweet 16s, and he's got the number one team in the country right now. Sometimes you just don't know what you're talking about.
That's right. And that's why I choose to be optimistic about this because, like, you know, if you just ask me, like, who do you want to be the next Memphis coach? Like, as soon as Silverfield's gone, you know, I might have my idea of some names and everything. Charles Huff might not have been the first name I say, right? Or the fifth. Like, but the fact that they knew and that Ed Scott knew, like, because there was other names out there, right, that the fan base was screaming for. And the fact that they have conviction about this guy, I feel good about it.
To me, that is if you're looking for reasons to be encouraged or to believe, that's it. Ed Scott's a smart guy. He's also very aware of.
He knows what the fan base is saying.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. He hears this. He sees it. He's on He's on Twitter. He's on Instagram. He's not hiding from anything. Like, you could tweet him. He might tweet you back.
Right.
All right? He knows that the easiest thing he could have done on Saturday morning is get on a plane, fly to Kennesaw State, get Jerry Mack on it, bring him back, and introduce the Memphian who just won a conference championship on national TV the night before. That's so easy. Because if it works, woohoo! And if it doesn't work, you've got cover. You just say, hey, man, I guess you never know. Go talk to any athletic director in America. They'll tell you sometimes, it makes sense on paper. Like Mike Norvell at Florida State made all the sense in the world on paper, but it just didn't work, or it's not working right now. The list is long. Man, I thought this guy would do well in this job, but it just didn't work. The easiest thing you can do is go hire that coach, and if it goes well, perfect. And if it doesn't go well, you say, hey, I guess I messed it up, but here's what I did. In a time where even when we're winning games and nationally ranked, we can't get people to come to our football stadium. I was gifted a young guy from Memphis who just won a conference championship on national television, and he's ready to go. He did the post-game interview was awesome. The performance was awesome. He's got a quarterback he can bring with them. And then, it fell in my lap. I had to do it, and then it didn't work out. But, like, who wouldn't have done that? You got cover if it doesn't work out. That's the easy thing to do. Whether it's the right thing to do or not, I don't know. But that was the easiest thing Ed Scott could have done last weekend. After what happened Friday night, go get Jerry Mack on Saturday morning. But he went and got Charles Huff. What does that tell you?
It tells me he knows who his guy. He knows who he wants to be the guy. Yeah, he knew.
A guy who is constantly online knows that when this is announced, it will not be as popular as the other thing he could have announced. It just wasn't. And he did it anyway. That's real conviction.
Yes.
I don't know if it means he's right. We'll see. But I like the idea that he was willing to do the less popular thing, even when he had to know. I shouldn't say he knew because I haven't talked to him about this. But had to know this would be, you got half the fan base wanting Dan Mullen, the other half fired up about what Jerry Mack did last night. You're going to introduce Charles Huff. This is not the most popular thing you could do. This is not going to be the thing that gets you a bunch of compliments in your phone. But they did it anyway. It shows me he believes in Charles Huff.
Yep.
He believes he's got the right guy. Now, here's the thing. He's got to be right.
Yeah.
You got to be right. But that's what that was. That was the equivalent, I made this point, I think, Monday, of the Grizzlies drafting Zach Edey in the top 10. It was not, on draft night, that is not the popular thing to do. It's not the thing that's going to have people saying you're brilliant on draft night. It's going to have people saying you're stupid on draft night. It's going to have people asking, what are you doing on draft night? That's what happened. There's a clip of a NBA draft analyst out there that pops into my timeline every once in a while. She's like, this is the dumbest draft pick I've ever seen in my life. That's what you're going to get when you go outside of what social media says you should do. I didn't know if it was the right thing, but clearly they had conviction about that. If you're going to go into the top 10 and spend a pick on Zach Edey when every mock draft out there, or at least most of them, are saying that's not what you should do, you got to have a conviction about that.
Yep.
And they did, and it looks like they were right. This is the University of Memphis' version of that. It's not quite apples to apples, but I think you get the point. There was a popular thing to do on Saturday morning and a less popular thing to do on Saturday morning. They did the less popular thing because they believe in it. And now we get to see how it goes. Press conference today at 2 o'clock. Charles Huff introduced to the Memphis media and the fan base. We'll recap it tomorrow. Be back with Carryout.
Grizzlies fans, dunks, dimes, and no-looks are great on TV, but nothing compares to catching them IRL. And that starts with buying tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Ticketmaster gets you to the game so you can catch every highlight in person. From seeing your favorite Grizzly stars up close to hearing the squeak of the sneakers on the hardwood. Put that jersey collection to use and get tickets at Ticketmaster. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside, Memphis. Grizz Nation, don't foul out on dinner plans. Hit Sticks Express in downtown Memphis instead. Fresh hibachi, steak, shrimp, sushi tacos, and yes, our legendary sake slushy to keep things cool. Order online with code STIX901, STIX901, and knock 10% off your tab. It's the perfect pick and roll for game night. Sticks Express, fast, fresh, always a slam dunk. And hey, come see us at our Collierville location too.
Watching the Grizzlies is easy with FanDuel Sports Network. If you have cable or satellite, you're all set. Find us on your channel lineup. You can also use your TV provider login to watch games on the FanDuel Sports Network app. No cable or satellite? Subscribe directly to FanDuel Sports Network online. You can also watch on Prime Video by adding a FanDuel Sports Network subscription. Not sure where to start? Visit FanDuelSportsNetwork.com to learn more.
The only thing better than Saturday Night Hoops is when it comes with an exclusive Grizz hoodie. Every Saturday this season, $60 gets you a Grizzlies ticket and a limited edition Grizzlies hoodie. 4 different hoodie designs dropping across 4 Saturday games. Not sold anywhere else. Don't miss your shot to collect all 4 designs. Grab your tickets and gear up now at grizzlies.com/Saturday.
Miss 25 days of prizes, giveaways, and more during Grizzmas presented by Pinnacle Financial Partners. From now to Christmas Day, that's December 25th, Grizz fans have the chance to unwrap incredible prizes every single day. Today, you can enter for a chance to win a signed Kentavious Caldwell Pope jersey. The way to do it, go to grizzlies.com/Grizzmas to enter. That's grizzlies.com/Grizzmas. Let's do carryout.
It's time for GP's Carryout. One final segment filled with stuff to take with you. It's not everything you need to know, but it's most of it. What did we miss today?
Travis Kelce jumped on his podcast after dropping 2 balls in the fourth quarter.
What's up?
Oh, he's upset.
At himself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Father Time.
I think this is it.
Got to be.
Yeah, because Patrick Mahomes said something in the post game about it. It just feels like it's setting up for him to retire after this season.
This is, I don't know if you remember, but I made this point last year after the Super Bowl. And he was contemplating his future. And I said the thing he needs to figure out is if you are going to play again, why are you doing it? Are you doing it because you want to? Because you feel like you die without it? Or are you doing it to try to make the ending different? Because if you're doing it to try to make the ending different, that is not a reason, because you probably won't.
Mm-hmm.
Most people don't go out the way they want to go out. And the smartest people understand that in advance of that moment. When you start playing an extra year because you just got your brains beat in the Super Bowl, and that can't be the last time I was ever on a football field. I can't. So now I'm going to come back and I'm going to put a better final chapter on this story. It doesn't usually work like that. It just doesn't. And so rather than coming back and having a better ending, he's probably going to miss the playoffs.
Yeah.
After having the worst career, or the worst season of his career. You can't keep chasing the final chapter. You have to let it be what it is.
Unless you're Phillip Rivers.
Unless you're Phillip Rivers, then you can do whatever you want, apparently. But I promise you, Tom Brady didn't come back for one more year in Tampa Bay to have the season that he had. But you're not in control of it. And if Travis Kelce didn't realize that before, he clearly knows it now. Anyway, he jumped on his podcast. Here's among the things he said. You put in all this effing work and hope that it pays off. And right now, it's just for whatever effing reason, man, it's little things. I feel like I've always had the answers in years past. And this year, I just can't find them. I keep thinking if I show up to work and I put in the work and I fix the issues through my practice habits and through perfecting the game plan and my fundamentals and what I'm being taught, and go out there and try and play my ass off for my guys next to me, it's all going to come together like it has in years past. But this year, it's just not. Just getting old.
He knows.
This is just what happens when you get older. Like, this is every athlete's story. You know, once upon a time, you're 25 years old and you stand in a batter's box and the balls look gigantic and it's just
right.
It's just, that's who you are. And then up here, nothing changes, but your body does, and you can't do it anymore. It doesn't matter how hard you work, how long you work, how focused you are. You can't do what you used to do, and that can be a weird thing to realize. Most of us can never do things physically to this level, so we never lose the ability to do them at that level, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't know what it's like to, but I mean, it can impact all professions. There will be a day where I can't do this anymore. I'll just be sitting up here and I won't be able to get my thoughts out. I won't be able to form opinions the way I have up to this point. I won't be able to stay focused. I won't be able to remember things that it'll happen. It's just when it happens to athletes, it happens at a much earlier age. And it can be dramatic. And that quote makes all the sense in the world to me. That's a man realizing that it's no longer up to me how good I can be at this. It used to be. If I put in the work, I can be excellent at this. That's been his whole life. And now he's telling you, for the first time in my life, I'm doing all of the things I know I need to do to be successful at this thing that I do. But I'm not having the success anymore. I'm doing all the work. That's where people get it twisted up. They look at him and they're like, he's not, like, I promise you, he's putting in the work. You saw he shed weight in the offseason. Like, some guys get heavy in the offseason. He didn't. He put in the work. And this is where you start to realize it's time. It's one thing when you think maybe you're starting to slip because you've stopped working the way you used to work. So now I got to get refocused and then I'll be fine. I think that's what he thought last year was. I let too many things get away from me, wasn't the same worker / focused player I used to be. But now if I recapture that, I'll be fine. Well, he's locked in, but he can't do the job the way he used to do the job. And you're right, that Mahomes quote was interesting. Patrick just sort of said, I'm aware that, you know, we might not be doing this that much longer, or every time could be the last. And, you know, you don't take that for granted. You cherish it. So all the writing's on the wall. It just sort of sucks. Like, the Chiefs have been a dynasty, and they might have one post Travis Kelce in a refigured roster, but it's been a while. We just sort of always assumed as long as those two guys are there, they're going to figure it out. And they're not figuring it out.
No.
Probably going to miss the playoffs. And There's a decent chance we have now seen Travis Kelce play his final playoff game. We will probably never. There's a decent chance we'll never see him in the playoffs again, and I bet that wasn't the way he drew it up, as they say.
What's today's biggest game?
We'll go college basketball again. Wisconsin at Nebraska inside Pinnacle Bank. 8 o'clock. You can watch it on the Big Ten Network. Wisconsin, unranked right now. Nebraska, ranked 23rd right now. Cornhuskers, this line's flipped. Last night it was Wisconsin minus 1.5. Now it's Nebraska minus 1.5. How are you going to act?
Interesting. Who has Wisconsin lost to this year? BYU, who we talked about earlier, is great, and TCU, who's not. I'm gonna go. They got a couple nice wins. What's Nebraska been doing to get into number 20? Have they won anything?
9-0.
Beat Oklahoma.
9-0.
Beat Creighton.
It's 9-0. It's coached by the great Fred Hoiberg. Nebraska. Trivia time. I believe this is true. What is the only power conference school in college basketball that's never won a game in the NCAA tournament?
It was Nebraska, because when they came here, I saw them play, and that was the kind of sticking point there. I'm gonna go Wisconsin.
Bennett, this is Pinnacle Bank Arena. You don't just walk into Pinnacle Bank.
You think I'm doing the wrong thing here?
I just sort of like the Nebraska story. By the way, they've got the longest active winning streak in college basketball dating back to last season.
Yeah.
They've won 13 games in a row because last season they missed the NCAA tournament, but they got invited to the Crown. It's like some Fox created tournament in Las Vegas.
Right.
So they won 4 games in that, and they've started this season 9-0. So Nebraska has not lost since last March 9th. They've won 13 games since then, and you're picking against them at home, Bennett?
So they're due.
No. They never lose.
I'm going to go Wisconsin.
Bennett,
I don't know why.
There's one team that loses and another team that doesn't, and you're going to pick the team that loses. Interesting.
Yeah, I'm going to go Wisconsin here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why. My gut's telling me to go Wisconsin.
Well, your guts never let you down.
Yeah, I'm going Wisconsin.
All right. Wisconsin plus the 1.5. 8 o'clock tonight, Big Ten Network.
What are we watching on TV?
We had Michael Eaves on Monday, and he mentioned the Stuart Scott documentary, Booyah, that is set for tonight. It will premiere 8 o'clock on ESPN. It's a new 30 for 30 about the iconic, I don't think that's too strong of a word, iconic Sports Center anchor. Like, Michael and I talked about it on Monday. Stuart Scott, I don't know that Sports Center still holds the place in sports culture that it once did for a variety of reasons. But there was a time where, that is what you did. You watch sports at night and then you watch Sports Center.
Yeah.
I mean, throughout high school, college, it was like I'd go to bed watching Sports Center and wake up watching Sports Center. I mean, we'd watch Sports Center 3 times in a row in the middle of the night. They just keep re-airing it. We just watch it all night. I knew all the highlights.
Yeah.
I had the whole show memorized by the 3rd airing. And it doesn't hold that place anymore, but it did once upon a time, and Stewart was a big part of that. Dan Patrick, Keith Olbermann as well. But like I told Michael, Stewart had little white kids running around talking about Booyah and Cool as the Other Side of the Pillow and all of that stuff. He made a mark. And diagnosed with cancer, gone at 49. Been 10 years now. I've known Michael Eaves. The reason I have him on every Monday, when we started the show, is because he was a national guy who also used to live here.
Yeah.
So I could talk to him about Memphis basketball, and he has an understanding of it. He used to live here and work here. And so, long time ago, a million years ago, I'm Memphis. I'm like the backup beat writer, I think, at the time. I don't even know that I'm the main person, but I go to New York for the draft and covered it for the Commercial Appeal. Whatever year it was the DeJuan Wagner draft and also Quintel Woods was in that draft. He, of course, was from here in Memphis, went to junior college, was supposed to be a Tiger, but left JUCO and went straight to the draft. So it was that draft. Whatever the Quintel Wood, DeJuan Wagner, I think maybe Yao Ming draft.
Okay.
So, night before the draft, I think I went to a Mets game because they were at home. I went to Shea Stadium and I saw the Mets. But later that night, at some point, I end up at we're at the hotel bar. And I was either with Michael or ended up with him. Long story not so long. He says, hey, we're getting ready. It's him and Stuart Scott. They're getting ready to go to some party. I don't know Stuart Scott, but Michael just introduced me to him, and he was nice enough. And I just always remember, I always appreciated this, because I was, whatever I am now, I was a 23, 24-year-old newspaper kid, you know? And there was no reason anybody needed me anywhere. And they were getting ready to go to a party, like a draft party. And Michael was like, hey, you want to roll with us? And I was like, well, I mean, I would need to change, I guess. But I just appreciated the invitation because that was just him being nice. Inviting somebody along like, hey, come with me. We don't really need you. We don't know that you belong. But if you want to come with us, man, come on. We'll get you in the door. And as I was thinking back through this, the party, if you were to say, like if you were to talk to me the next day and you said, GPS, what'd you do last night? Went to a draft party with Stuart Scott and Michael Eaves. Whose party was it? I think it was Diddy's party.
No, it wasn't.
I believe it was. I did not see Diddy. I have no recollection.
You went to a Diddy party.
It was not at a house. It was in.
You went to a Diddy party.
It was at a club in Manhattan. But I believe, if I remember correctly, I should ask Michael this. I think it was a Diddy party. I think it was Diddy was hosting the party. But in a different room than I was in.
Okay, so you didn't see anything.
I want to be clear. I didn't even see Diddy, much less see Diddy do anything.
Yeah.
But
he was probably off. Yeah.
Probably off kicking somebody.
Yeah.
You know? Probably off kicking somebody.
Maybe so.
So I think if I ever am under oath and they say, have you ever been to a Diddy party? I think I have to answer technically yes.
Damn.
Wouldn't
have said that on camera.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I know, right? But it wasn't that kind of Diddy party.
I got you. Okay. I'm sure at the time nobody thought it was that kind of Diddy party until it was.
That's
GP.
the thing. That's the thing, Bennett. As I look back on it, I'm like, where did Stuart Scott take me? No. So here's what I remember about Stuart Scott that night. He's Stuart Scott, right? He's in this party and he's a star. And everybody wants a piece of him. And he was just cool the whole night to everybody, and to me included. And so looking forward to seeing this 30 for 30 tonight. I told Michael this on the air. Like, he's been a great friend to Stuart and Stuart's children and family. Like, Michael really worked hard to keep his memory alive. And I know this is an important night for Michael and for the family. So 8 o'clock tonight, ESPN, Booyah, Portrait of Stuart Scott, new 30 for 30. We'll watch it tonight.
What's the best thing we've read?
So over at CBSSports.com, right now, they've got the All-America college football team listed. Who you think the All-American quarterback was?
The
first team All-American quarterback.
My guy at Indiana.
No, but that's who I thought it would be too.
Yeah.
They went with Diego Pavia.
How about that?
Yeah.
I mean, he had a great year.
Did have a great year. Is invited to New York. But everybody thinks the Indiana quarterback is going to win the Heisman and be the number one pick in the draft. Isn't that what everybody thinks?
Yeah.
That's what I read.
Although if Titans get yeah, we'll see.
Well, yeah, well, then even if the Titans get the number one pick, you just...
Well, we messed around and won.
Sorry for your success.
Yeah, so am I.
Yeah.
Hey, at least we won the Shador versus Cam matchup.
But even if you're the Titans and you get the number one pick, you trade it to somebody else. You don't draft a non-quarterback there, do you? Somebody's going to want a quarterback and they're going to pay for you. Pay to come get him, right?
I don't know.
You wouldn't draft a quarterback. Would you draft another? Would you bring another quarterback in?
If it's a future Hall of Famer.
How common is that to use the number one? a franchise.
I'm trying to think.
Has a franchise ever used back-to-back elite picks on quarterbacks?
I gotta think so, but nothing's coming to my mind
That'd
right
be
now.
a hard thing to do, man, because you're admitting a mistake from the previous draft.
Right. And I mean, look, Cam's gotten better. Cam was good the other day. He's gotten better as the season's gone along. So like, yeah, it's just for like, and I think he's the guy. And I got his jersey. I'm like, but again, like, if there's a guy, and you have the pick, and you know in the back of your head that's a future Hall of Famer.
Except here's the thing: you never know.
You never know.
You never know.
That's the problem.
They thought Cam Ward was that guy.
Right.
All right. You just don't know. So even if you think, because this is what, if I were the owner and my GM came to me and was like, "Hey, I know we just took a quarterback with the number 1 pick, but like we can't pass on this guy because he's a future Hall of Famer," I'd say, "You just told me this about the other guy."
Right.
This is the same shit you told me last year.
No, it's true. It's true.
So you're certain this guy's a Hall of Famer. You were certain the other guy's a Hall of Famer. So what are we doing? I thought we already had our Hall of Fame quarterback. That's what you told me.
Yeah, and I mean, you have to also give these guys a little bit of a grace period. Like, I mean, Cam walked into a brutal situation, and like, you know, you even see in Carolina, like Bryce Young's played better this year.
Yeah.
You know, he was the number 1 pick, and it looked like he was a bust.
Oh, there's plenty of those throughout the NFL.
Yeah.
With Daniel Jones, pre-Achilles.
Right.
I mean, all these guys. Baker Mayfield.
Right.
They all look like bust until they're not.
Right. So we're going to stick it out. We'll see what happens, but we might not get the number 1 pick, so it might not matter.
Could be a moot point. Anyway, All-American team, CBSSports.com. Diego Pavia is the first team All-American quarterback.
What's on tap for tomorrow?
Well, tomorrow is Thursday, so we'll look back at some NBA Cup games. We'll get ready for Thursday night football. That's Falcons-Bucks tomorrow night. Should be a fun show. Looking forward to it already. Michael Wallace will join me to talk Grizzlies. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll enjoy mine. We're going to meet back here tomorrow at 10. Till then, be careful, be kind, be good. Rep your hood.